but he has an agenda. Right? We have Israel to worry about. We have like the whole global situation to worry about. And the way that governments work, and that the way that the descent into the 4 exiles work, is that you can't do anything about it. You're powerless. But the prophets, the Nevi'im, the ones who had the bird's eye view, they said, on the contrary, each one of us has incredible power, and especially when we join together. So that's the Torah that I want to speak about. It takes all that time to explain what I'm talking about. So we're in the middle of a song also. So the first stanza is about miracles. The second stanza is the one who makes those miracles is the one who makes nature. The third stanza is that he's the one who runs history. And the fourth stanza is that even when history seems to go into a deep dive and things totally go wrong, which is prior to the Mashiach, he's still the one that we can turn to. And finally, the last stanza is that it's all going to end very beautifully. The Mikdashech Tuv. Please return you return and you return us to your Mikdash, to the place where all souls will sing and resonate at that higher vibration that we're all waiting for. So the song goes on. V'takifin makich remaya v'zakit kefifin lo yechi geva shenin alefin la yeom gebotech bechush benaya ya ribon alam be'maya antu malka melech malachaya elahadile karur huta pirok yat ana mipumar yevata ve'afik yat amen migogaluta hamech dibecha mikol umaya maya ribon alam ve'amaya anhu malka melech malachaya l'mikdashech tuv u'lekodesh kodshi hatadi be'echdun ruchin v'nafshin v'zameron lach shirin v'rafeshin b'Yerushalem hatadish ufaya ya ribon alam ve'amaya antu malka melech malachaya antu malka melech malachaya. Once when I was in the Kinneret, after I was like a drought year, and then the next year it rained beautifully like it did this year. And I went into the Kinneret and it was beautiful, it was full, after having been very, very, very low. And I went in and I after like 60 yards I was in, 80 meters. And I looked back at the coast, the trees, and I went under the water and came back up a few times. And I just felt the gift of it is that as opposed to in previous times when there was only individuals had Ruach HaKodesh, special divine inspiration. But in our generation, we live in a sea of Ruach HaKodesh. Not just the water, but the world is a planetary receiver for Ruach HaKodesh. You just have to know it and want it and tune into it. That means that right now you can feel that we're supposed to be here, that there's a reason we're here, that we're connected with each other, and that when we meet with each other and we see each other, there's a deeper reason and there's a deeper wellspring that's going on, and we give something to each other. So I usually go very far away in order to come back to the moment, but so I did it again. We're in the Kinneret, right? We're in a special time, a special place. You make the time special. You make the place special by your awareness that nothing can be by chance. There must be a reason we're here together. And you ask for that reason to be revealed. And you ask to be instrumental in receiving and revealing that. Having mentioned the Mikdash, so in one of my books, over there, it's called Technology and the Return to Eden. What? Which is a theory that technology at first leads mankind away from Eden. So there's a tradition that we have that there's 39 forms of work that are prohibited on Shabbat. But it goes back before that to Adam, that there were 39 curses that were cursed to Adam and Eve and the Nachash in the world. 10 to Adam, 10 to Eve, 10 to the Nachash, the serpent, and 9 to the world. And it's a symbolic number, 39. In Hebrew it'd be Lamed Tet. And we know that Lamed Tet in Aramaic is Lat, is curse. So get into your right brain for a second. The 39 curses were given to mankind, that when we left Eden, we would have to do 39 types of work, manufacturing, to make the world, to so to speak, to make things, and to learn how to do wheels and hoes and spades, and eventually Noah, he invents the plow. Like, it took a long time. In Eden, we didn't have that. And Eden was not just one day, by the way. Time was different then also. So I bring all these sources to get back into what Eden was like, Edenic consciousness. Has anybody used the word Edenic ever? I coined the word Edenic. Edenic consciousness. It doesn't sound too right sometimes, but it's good. So Edenic consciousness, and that we lost it. We came down. In Hebrew, it's called or equals or equals or. Because or with an aleph is light, energy, and Adam and Eve were a high-level energy form. They were yitziratic. They were in a higher dimension. Eden was another dimension above ours. It wasn't the physical world as we know it. And then, slowly, over a period of time, it didn't happen all at once, they fell down into physicality. And so, he was still able to go in and out of his body. Whatever, that's a side thing. But the point is that he became... They became or with an ayin. And or with an ayin is skin. And also... Kotnot or. And ayin is skin, and it's also hide, which I always felt was very special because skin is hide.